Hi.
This is what we've been waiting for, folks. This is the game of the week, and the anticipation, the energy have been building. This is not your normal matchup. A battle of top 5 teams, 2 forces colliding here near the end of the season. Cannot wait for this one. Big playoff implications. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the UTSA Roadrunners. EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Syracuse will kick it off to get us underway. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught over the middle. It's Hardy. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47.
Well, the defense better start adjusting and realizing the RPO is coming at them. Feels like they're just sitting back, worried about the potential big play through the air. Meanwhile, this offense is running the ball right down their throat.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
The quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. Now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. This quarterback on fire today.
Well, the script from the offensive coordinator works perfectly here to get this game started for this offense. Great job of mixing up a lot of different looks to get a read and a gauge of what this defense is up to today, and you're able to put 6 points up on the board. Great start.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. They'll tackle him at the 27.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Breaks loose at the 40. A big play moves the ball across midfield, the opponent's 43.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
Tries the right with a quick throw. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's an incompletion here, but I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. They'll try the right here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They don't block the defensive end. It shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented.
Refusing to be stopped on this play. They tackle him at the 3, but that's a great gain on the pitch and catch.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Syracuse lines up now, 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Intercepted in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they snuffed out the drive with the takeaway.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Roadrunners offense is back out there now. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking, move right down the field for a touchdown. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Makes a quick grab. Moves the ball out across the 30, and it's good for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quick completion to the tight end. Gets into space at the 50. They make the stop, but a big gain puts it in enemy territory. Ball spotted at the 48.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Wilson. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
Syracuse 0.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen.
What a defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. That's a design quarterback keeper. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down. The Roadrunners come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Now the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screenplay. Nice positive gain for the offense.
Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. A solid kick. And that will extend their lead even further. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. 1st and 10 now for the offense. And the back gets the football. Stopped after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Send the back in motion. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the 1st down. Receiver makes the grab. He's found some room at the 45. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
2nd down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. He'll hand it off. Finding space at the 20. Tackled, but 1st down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
He's moving out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so we'll just throw it away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Catch made by the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse.
Love to watch his quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now he's executing. We're in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
PHC is good. They still trail, though. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. The UTSA offense is back out on the field now. Kept out of the end zone last time. Had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? He's looking to scramble. Breaking free at the 35. And the senior calls his own number. Keeps this drive moving. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football, but he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Here's the throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
And the kick will be down just inside the 45. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. QB decides to keep it here. Breaks loose at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Man, is he pretty to watch run this option. He is so dangerous with the threat to run or to throw. This time he keeps it himself, and you can see how much ground he eats up with that kind of speed.
Play action here on first down. Defense is, there's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Orangeman.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good, so it's 14-10 now. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the UTSA offense back out there. Backed up this close to their end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. The tight end has got it. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Going to try to use his legs here. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
I really like this call by this offense on 2nd and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice first down.
Oh, that one's picked off. Going the other way, can they catch him? Inside the 40. At the 20. Crosses the 10. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Syracuse. And the interception taken to the house. A pick six, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick six. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Roadrunners offense back out on the field now. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick six last time out here. That's reeled in. It's Hardy. It's a fumble. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
Chris, this could end up being a critical play in this game. If they don't have a chance to come back and end up winning this game, The coach could look back at this very play and wonder if things could have turned out differently if they would have been able to hold on to the ball and gotten some points before.
No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Orangemen. So the offense clicking now, Kirk, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense is showing up prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
And the extra point makes it an 18-point game, 28-10. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. This will likely be the last play of the half. They look to throw it here on second down. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And the pass falls incomplete in the final play of this first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Roadrunners will kick it deep to begin the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Get some space around the 30. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. They'll head out of bounds after another big game. They have chewed up this defense with the ground game today. And now from the pistol formation. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Runner with an impressive spin move there. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
Here comes a handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Well, this offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence, really, as this game goes on.
Second down and goal upcoming. We go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Syracuse. To stretch the lead, the route is on. So the offense flexing here, Kirk, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Yeah, that touchdown gives you a little bit more breathing room, but now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead so you can go back out and build onto it in the second half.
And he knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. The Roadrunners offense is back out there now. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
So the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Hardy. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain. Getting closer to midfield now.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this.
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
And it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big game for this offense.
And the Roadrunners will have 1st and 10 here. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Handoff from the shotgun. Breaking through defenders.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
The pass rush closing in. They can't slow him down. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the 4th quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They got some ground to make up. 2nd and long from the 15. Off play action. He's looking to throw. And he lofts it toward the sideline. Throws a fastball, but it's intercepted. Not much of a return, but the important thing is the interception sets the offense up at the 45.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. Bringing pressure. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
2nd down play coming up. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Breaks clear. End zone ahead. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can.
Got him. He's sacked.
Well, it's a great job by this defense coming up with a big sack there on 1st and goal. The offense still has their opportunities. Let's see if they can get back on track here on 2nd and goal.
It's 2nd and goal now, back from the 14-yard line. Snags the quick throw. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Third and goal, looking to throw for it. Caught near the sideline. It's Anderson. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. This should be the last play of the quarter. A handoff to the back. Great cut there. Finds room at the 30. And they're finally able to bring him down. A big gain to wrap up the third quarter. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
It's a run to the left. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, I've gotten so conditioned here now that we're in the fourth quarter to see this guy get the football, just get 4 positive yards. Finally this afternoon, the defense steps up, says enough is enough, and they come up with a nice tackle.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Airing this one out toward the sideline. He's got it down the left sideline for a huge gain. Touchdown, Orangeman. And the beatdown continues.
Chris, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver here is exceptional. Great route here to sell that post to the inside and then break it off to the corner. And the quarterback anticipates it well, puts it on the money for that touchdown.
And the extra point was up and good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. The UTSA offense is back out on the field now. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Running back grabs it on a screen. They bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen.
Hey, it's positive yards, right? That's never a bad thing. But let's face it, these guys got a long way to go in a short amount of time to do it. So let's get the ball downfield, and let's get out of bounds to try to preserve that clock.
First down, they'll keep the drive going to the 37. Roadrunners come up to the line in a hurry-up.
Defense does a great job of taking everything away downfield. This quarterback wanted to take a shot, but nothing is there. The only problem is they didn't account for him taking off and running, so he picks up the first down.
And the Roadrunners starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And the senior quarterback puts a little bit too much on the throw. incomplete. Second down coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Brought down very quickly. Not much to show for that completion.
Interesting call here, Chris, with a screen pass in the fourth quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield on the pass rush. But give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Fires it to the wideout. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Can he take it all the way? And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Quarterback still with the football. Gets the first and still running. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Here's the second down play. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
Chris, man, I have no idea how you let that guy get that open. You know for a fact, all week long, in fact, they brought it up in our meetings yesterday, that they've got to stop this receiver, and then you lose track of him, and they're lucky that didn't go as a touchdown.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
So the offense faces third and short from the plus 26. Might be 4-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
And the offense just takes a knee here. Well, this head coach told us we prepared well. We're ready. I'd be shocked if we didn't go out and play well. And he had a good read on his team.